Welcome to this video presentation on using augmented reality to teach the history of classical Athens. My name is Christopher Tropoulis and I will be guiding you through this study being conducted together with George Koutromanos. Let's begin with a few words about augmented reality. This leading 21st century technology possesses a variety of affordances that make it a valuable educational tool. Augmented reality has been implemented as a resource across various subjects, including history, in both primary and secondary education. Despite its importance in the educational system, history is often associated with boring lectures and a preoccupation with memorization of details as well as other lower order thinking skills. Through the help of its affordances, augmented reality could prove beneficial to teaching history, with related studies indicating improved learning outcomes, more favorable attitudes among students, and increased motivation. Although a number of studies regarding the use of augmented reality in teaching history have been conducted, there do not appear to be any focusing on classical Athens in primary and secondary education, representing a gap in the research. The period of classical Athens is arguably among the most seminal in world history. It is synonymous with democracy and the development of drama, comedy, and philosophy, as well as the arts and sciences. The legacy of classical Athens continues to have lasting impact on the world today. Hence, using augmented reality to teach about this fascinating period could result in added value for student learning, especially by enhancing students' motivation to study history. This study is part of a broader ongoing research project, the purpose of which is to design, develop, and evaluate an augmented reality application for the teaching of the history of classical Athens to students of Greek descent living abroad in a formal learning environment. The objectives of the current research are to recognize and analyze the problem of teaching the history of classical Athens, describe the methodological steps being taken toward the design and development of an augmented reality application for the period being studied, and present the methodology of the impact of the application on learning outcomes and student motivation. The methodology chosen was design-based research, which has been used in prior augmented reality studies. This study applies the following three of the four phases of design-based research. In phase one, the recognition and analysis of the problem, a systematic review of the literature was conducted. History textbooks and resources used in Greece and abroad were analyzed and studied, and the views of teachers, students, and parents were investigated through interviews conducted in the New York City area. Phase 2 entails the design and development of the augmented reality application that will be used in this study. Toward this end, relevant learning theories and design principles were applied. The theory of online collaborative learning by Linda Harrison was chosen to guide the design of the application. It features a three-step process involving idea generating or brainstorming, idea organizing, including comparing and contrasting, and intellectual convergence, involving the synthesis of thinking to reach a consensual understanding. The ZapWorks platform was chosen for the design of the application. Finally, phase 3 will feature an heuristic and formative evaluation, as well as a summative evaluation. Some of the data gathering instruments that will be used include the technology acceptance model, the RIMS questionnaire, interviews, and pre and post tests. Some highlights from the preliminary findings are that the literature review yielded 14 studies indicating increased student comprehension and improved motivation, attitude, and enjoyment. Also, based on a review of the educational materials and curricula, grade 4 was chosen as the target grade in which to implement this study. Moreover, the interviews conducted provided a number of keywords and ideas helping to formulate the design of the application. Based on our findings to date, a gap in the research was identified and the need to satisfy it was detailed. Also, it was determined that the study of classical Athens can potentially play an important role in shaping the knowledge and motivation of Greek students living abroad. Moving forward, the application is now being designed featuring 4 key scenes encompassing the ancient agora, the Parthenon, daily life in classical Athens, and an opportunity for students to experience direct democracy through participating in a simulated Athenian assembly. This photo shows the landing page of the application featuring a map of classical Athens from where they can navigate to the aforementioned scenes. Over the next year, this application will be designed and implemented in a number of schools in the US and elsewhere, featuring students of Greek descent for the purpose of documenting and analyzing the findings regarding the application's effect on their knowledge of classical Athens, their motivation to learn history, and their attitudes toward the subject in general. Thank you.